Hey guys, and welcome back to Treasure Theory. In today's video, guys, we're going to be looking at EB03, taking a look at the prices now that they're finally out. We've got the market analysis, and of course, I've got pull rates for you as well for EB03. That's right, we're going to be looking at how many packs, how many boxes, how many cases it takes to get the mangas and the SPs, and we're also throwing in some Gold Dawn stuff as well. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And while the promotion is still active, if you use my code for GamerSubs down in the description below, you will get 20% off your order. It ends in a few days, so be sure to click it, get some GamerSubs, and let's get into the video. So first of all, guys, I just want to apologize in advance. I had full intentions to, do some unboxings. I was going to do some other things as well, but we have been getting absolutely blasted with some insane snow. We got, I think, 140 centimeters in the last week, and it's been very all over the place. It's been a lot of snow, and it's totally disrupted everything on this island. So I haven't gotten my EB03 cards at all. So that's been kind of sad, but what do you do? However, I figured, well, in the meantime we wait, because I personally am excited to open those, as I'm sure you guys have already been opening your packs. I figured that we just look at the market, take a look at the prices that are now coming out for EB03 now that, it's been out for a few days, and just kind of speculate, have a discussion, really take a look at what people are saying, more importantly, what the market is telling us. And of course, in this video, I'll be telling you the pull rates for these cards from data we've got online, okay? So it's all going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting breakdown. But let's just start off with the very top here. So, as you can see, the Nami SP has become the #1 grail in the EB03 set. Now, what I find so interesting about this is that here on this channel, if you've been subscribed for a while, you know that I have been shouting to the sky how SPs were going to soon overtake manga cards. Now, I feel like it's a little bit unfair with this set, because we've got Uda as the manga card, and Uda's a great character. She's way more popular in Japan, apparently, than she is over here in the West. But, if she was a Robin manga card, I have no doubt in my mind that would have completely overtaken the set as the grail. But, as you all know, we've got a Robin SP, and also it's a really nice looking Robin too, if I do have to say so myself. Going down the list, though, or actually, let's go back to the Nami real quick, because we didn't look at the price. We can see here that the market price is saying it's about close to $1,800. Yeah, we can see the prices are kind of hovering between $1,650 and $800 and $1,900, I should say. So quite a really expensive SP there. Those are Bubble Zoro numbers from OP14. I do have to say, it is a little crazy to me how expensive these cards are. Not that I wasn't expecting it, but it's just fascinating to see that we've kind of just landed on a new, like a new level of price for cards now. Because I remember when sets were coming out, expensive was like $400, $500 for an SP. Now it's like, oh yeah, it's like $1,500, $2,000. So crazy to see that there. But as we can see here, the Uda manga card is going for about $1,600 right now, which is not too bad. Honestly, a fair price for a manga card. I find that's a good number for where the mangas are currently anyways. But, it is interesting they used Uda for the manga card. Again, no hate to Uda. I think she's a cool character. Film Red was a really great movie. But, in the same breath, it's all about popularity, right? So that's always something we got to take into consideration. We've got the Robin SP here, which I personally think is my favorite card, because I love Robin. Most recent market price for this card is going for $1,500, which is crazy to me. We've got a $1,000 sale, though, so it is kind of bouncing around. Actually, we can see here that, it comes with a photo. Let's look. Yeah, I mean, okay, so prices are kind of a little all over the place here, but somebody did sell this for $1,000. So, wow, just look at that. God, that's a great card. I want that card. I love Robin. But anyways, yeah, honestly, so bouncing around $1,000, $1,500. Moving on to Boa. So I'm just going to say it, guys. No hate to Boa fans. I get it. Boa. I get it. I'm not going to say anything. We've got so many Boa SPs, and I know we're limited on, main characters for women, I suppose, from One Piece. Although there's a lot of characters, but we've got so many Boas. But still, great Boa card, going for also between $1,000 and $1,400. As I said, when we don't have enough Robins, but we got an oversupply of Boas, you can see what's going on here. The market's telling us what it wants to tell us. Now, in a surprise, I really didn't think that Vivi was going to come in 4th place for the SPs. I really didn't, but we can see there's a significant price drop here with the price of Vivi. As we see, it's $600, $630, but still, very beautiful card. All these cards are beautiful. You know, we got Reiju here going for about $470. Now, guys, remember, the prices will probably drop for a little bit. They will probably go down. So I wouldn't go rushing to buy these cards right off the bat because the set is out. The set just came out. And you know how it goes, guys. When new cards come out, the prices are really inflated. We've got the Uda SP here, which I think is a really nice Uda looking card, between $350 and $450 USD, so that's not too bad. And of course, we've got the other three as well. Perona, which is a fan favorite to so many people. Perona's a great character. $375 for that one. Koala's on the lower end. Koala is the female version of Sabo, okay? Because, like, she's a great character. Her backstory is insane and really depressing, but also really awesome and significant. And just where she ended up, you know, like, she has a great story. But we can see the price for her is down to $260. And, of course, Tashigi, which I'm just very shocked Tashigi made it in last place here. But Tashigi, $177 to $200 USD. So Tashigi's the most affordable one out of it. And then, of course, we go down and we've got all the other SPs here. We've got all the other alt arts and, you know, the gold Dons, too, which we will discuss the hit rates for those as well. But, yeah, guys, overall, you know, I do think EB03 is a really great set. And I do think that because of waifu tax, which a lot of people roll their eyes at, it's a thing, guys. Let's be honest. Let's not kid ourselves here, okay? But anyways, you know, I won't get into it. It is going to be a great set. And again, EB sets are low print. However, they will be reprinting EB03. So perhaps the prices will tank further down the road. However, I believe that's not going to be until 4 months down the road. So we'll have to wait and see about that. But again, I warn you, prices are currently inflated, but we don't really know where things are going to go. However, I'd like to now segue into the pull rates because I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious about that. So just to explain where I got my data analysis, I obviously haven't been able to open my own boxes yet. I don't have cases. I have to go on the internet. I have to dig into the community and see what people are saying. So I want to shout out this guy here, Mad Cards. They opened 5 cases. I went through the whole video. I'm not trying to steal their thunder. I was going through some other Reddit posts too and some other Twitter posts, so I was really trying to put together some stuff here. But please check out Mad Cards. Be sure to click their video, watch their stuff. Great channel. Seriously, check them out. But anyways, so I broke down based on 5 cases the likely pull rates for the SPs, the Gold Dons, the Manga card. Everything else I didn't throw in there. I didn't want to take everything. But obviously these are kind of what people are focused on. So out of 5 cases, which hold 12 boxes each, okay, which hold 24 packs per box, that is a total of 60 boxes and a total of 1,440 packs, okay? So big numbers there. So out of all of the packs, out of all of the boxes, out of all the cases, Mad Cards pulled a total of 2 manga cards. Very surprising, but not too bad. And as we know, the manga chase cards are typically 1 in every, 3 cases, so they definitely got lucky there. But they pulled 2 manga cards. They pulled a total of 10 SPs, and they got a total of 9 Gold Don cards. So based on that math and based on what we can see from the pulls, the odds of pulling a manga card from EB03 seems to be 1 in 720 packs, okay? So the odds of pulling an SP are a lot lower, as you'd expect, and they appear to be 1 in every 144 packs. So definitely a lot lower, but a really surprising thing here, or maybe not too surprising, I should say, but interesting enough, the Gold Dons actually turn out to be a little more rarer than the SPs. As you can see here, they only pulled 9 gold SPs, and they pulled 9 from 1 in every 160 packs. And if we break it down a little further based on percentages, we can see here the chances of pulling a manga card per case is 0.4%. Total of SPs, you're going to get 2 typically per case, so we've always kind of known that anyways. Gold Dons is a 1.8% chance, and of course, depending on the variety of what you may get, whether it be a Boa, Nami, Tashigi, Koala, Perona. We don't even have Uda in here, but, it's roughly between 0.4 and 0.6%. Now, remember, guys, this data isn't necessarily 100% accurate. Bandai doesn't release this information to the public, so we kind of need to do our own digging. But that's kind of what I'm seeing from the analysis there, guys. So there you have it. Those are the pull rates. And I want you to let me know in the comments below, what have you guys been pulling? Do you feel these are accurate pull rates, or Do you not? But real quick, guys, let's just talk about price speculation. Is this a good hold long term? All that fun stuff. So there's been so many people freaking out about the reprint stuff. OP13 and EB03. And if I'm being really honest with you guys, you know, at first I was panicking about the OP13 stuff, but it turns out from what I'm reading, I don't know if this is accurate, that they're not going to be reprinting the booster boxes, which I don't know how accurate that is. It was more like packs and stuff, and they're only going to be delivering it in certain quantities to Bandai stores. So not really sure how that's going to affect the market and all that sort of stuff, but perhaps that applies to EB03. I'm not quite sure. But as we can see here, guys, there was a significant price dip in the speculation of this set. Now, rightfully so, a lot of people were definitely thinking this was going to be a heavy set, and it is a waifu set. But, of course, Bandai coming out and saying, hey, we're going to reprint this set, kind of, you know, told the market, all right, you know, perhaps this isn't going to work this way. So it is interesting to see that Bandai took some measures to help the fan base get more stock, lower the price down, which again I do think was good. You know, I don't think we want booster boxes going for $600-700 USD, guys. That's just insane. Okay, and like, not to mention, unless the pull rates in this box were as low as the red manga cards from OP13, it just doesn't make sense to turn this box into something that it's not. I get there's women in it. I get it's a waifu set, but like to just completely price people out because there's waifus in here and there is obviously going to be high demand, it's just not going to work, okay? Because we need people to buy the boxes. We need people to, you know, distribute the supply demand. We need people to kind of just really show the pull rates as we've done in today's video. And without that, I mean, we're missing out on information. And obviously there are people who want to play the game as well and just collect. So we can't just do that. We can't price things out. So I'm really happy to see that. But overall, guys, I do think this is a great set. I think it's a great hold. I think if you're into the women of One Piece, wow, the sun's I haven't seen the sun in like freaking 2 weeks, man. We've had so much snow, it's been terrible. But I think it's a great set. If you can get this while you can, why not? I think it's a good hold. I'm personally collecting one of every box. I have every box except for OP1, OP2, and OP4, and OP5. I have everything else past that. But yeah, I think it's a good hold. I think it's a good box to have. I do think down the road it's going to be worth something. I mean, obviously, it's a waifu set, and not to mention, it's the first. Because if they decide to make another waifu set in OP or EBO, what, 7, 6? I'm totally guessing. You know, it'll obviously impact the price of these cards here. But overall, guys, I think it's a great set. I wouldn't be stressed too much about the reprint stuff. However, I would navigate the market carefully right now because prices are definitely inflated. But take that as you may. Get the cards you can while you can. And most importantly, have fun out there, guys. Hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. A video should pop on the screen. Be sure to click it, and I will see you over there.